Okay, we're back. We're trying to now fix a PlayStation 1. This console is actually working. I think the game that's in is actually even working. I found. Okay, as you can see, it's booting up just fine. It looks pretty rough. It's got yellowing and all that, which, it happens on these old things. But the problem on here is actually the buttons. They're sticking. I don't know if something got in it or what. This is one that I got along with those PlayStation, with those Super Nintendo or something. I've been having it forever. It's been sitting around forever. And PlayStation, probably about 6 or so years. PlayStation are never really worth a whole lot, so I never really fooled with trying to fix it. I tried squirting. I got a couple of PlayStation 1s around here. I tried squirting some lithium grease in there to loosen up, and that just didn't help at all. It probably actually made it worse. So we're going to go ahead and try to tear it apart and see today. This one is working. Just go ahead. I already took it apart yesterday just to make sure nothing inside of it was broken, to see if we needed to order any parts or anything, because obviously I wouldn't want to get too far into a video and then find out I need parts and we restock, blah blah blah. I'd rather try to figure it out first and order it. That way we can work on it and see what happens as we go. So, as you can see, I already broke the, peel off the void warranty sticker. I don't think you're getting these warranted anyway anymore, so not a whole lot to worry about. They've certainly been out for 20 years. Go ahead and take these 6 screws off the back. And it takes a few seconds. I don't have an electric screwdriver today. One thing you're going to see me use, especially as I'm working on some of these other things that use just regular Phillips heads, and you'll see me use it too on some of the other machines that don't use Phillips. We've got a couple electric screwdrivers. I want to try to get some more. If anybody's got any recommendations on screwdrivers to try that, different things that you'd like to see, let me know and I'll do a video on. Because right now I'm just using a couple of Milwaukee, I got a Milwaukee 12 volt drill that I'll use sometimes, or the impact one, but it's a little too much power for this. That's where one of those can definitely come in handy. And as you're going to separate this, you'll notice I really should have taken the disc out so it would drop down easier. Because it shouldn't be stuck on anything here. But this will have to come down, and as you can see, we've got the part that everything rotates on. The disc rotates on. It dropped, pulled apart rather. Should be an issue though. So this tightening everything in here works. It's a little dirty, so we'll go ahead and clean that up after. But right now we'll go ahead and set it to the side so we can focus on this, and we'll take out this really scratched game. I don't know how that even works. And then we're just left with the buttons, basically. Okay, so to get these out, I've got a container of a couple screwdrivers and picks over here. Nothing fancy, a couple old Craftsman ones. But you can use whatever you got. Probably a little small knife or something. Just you're going to be wanting to get inside the metal on both sides. You can see there's a little tab, and there's also one on the outside on both sides. If we can see it right there. So you're going to want to go ahead and just push with your finger on the outside one, and just use your tool to push that inside one in. And do the same thing on the other side. Push there, and push that one back in, and push outside. If you can't get the outside for some reason, just go ahead and use your tool to push it. Okay, and that should pull it out. Okay, and my goal for this, first of all, is just going to be to go ahead and clean it, get some of that lithium grease and all off that I've tried over the years. That's going to be step one. So, and I'm also going to look, I don't see any dirt. I was kind of expecting some kind of debris in there or something, some kind of gooey something that was going to be causing this, but I don't really see anything. So, we go ahead and take Q-tip and this. You could use a toothbrush if you got one also. Okay. And make sure to just get around the sides. Okay, I do see a little bit of dirt here. And also down these little pieces that stick down, that's going to be catching on stuff also. And there's also some other things besides lithium or silicone lubricants that you can try. I'm not really sure what I want to use on here yet. I'm going to be doing some research after, and when I figure that out, I will update this. I don't know. Even this, I'm noticing it's gonna get sticky over time. That's the big issue. But so I don't know if you want to use like graphite or some kind of dry powder lubricant. I'm not sure. Okay. I mean, anything can be better. It's got to be better than this. This is bad. Like I said, it was like this long before I tried spraying anything in there too. At the time I figured that would be the best thing to help, but obviously it wasn't. So, okay, we got our buttons cleaned, and this one I believe is the one that this round thing in there is going to make contact also, so we'll get that cleaned. This one, not much in here, but do that, and then we'll go back over here to the base and we'll get that cleaned. One thing to keep in mind is these machines have been sitting around forever. It's one thing if it's yours, but if you buy it from somewhere like a game store or anywhere really, there's no telling what they've been, what they've seen. You probably don't want to know, quite honestly. So keep that in mind, that there is going to be a lot of dirt and funk. And a lot of times that dirt and funk ends up being half the problem. It causes a lot of issues. See, this side, I tested it earlier too to see, when I took it apart initially, to see if anything was broken in the mechanisms. This seems to work fine. It's just on where it makes contact down there, obviously, where the button rides. So we'll try to take a better look at that too. Let's see. We'll get down in here and get all this cleaned up too. I just don't see anywhere else that could be causing an issue. So we can go ahead now and we'll drop the buttons back in, and you'll kind of see, you'll be able to feel pretty quick if it's any better or not, especially on the eject button, because all that happens in the actually does feel a lot better. So in this case, it probably just had some stuff, whatever that gooey substance is, we'll just call it stuff, in there. Okay. We can see even up here, along here, there's a good bit of funk. So we'll go ahead and try to clean this up a little better. Grab a toothbrush and okay, so everything feels a good bit better, I think. I hope. We're not going to know until we get it all the way back together. Go ahead and pop our lid. And here you can take your laser assembly and actually stick it. You really need to get it in place. There's little rubber feet that it's going to drop into on the base. It's going to be hard to see here. But there's 3 little pads. You're just going to want to line those up, get it dropped back on. It shouldn't fall too much out of place. So just keep that in mind. You go to reassemble. There's where it's supposed to be. Then there should be there's corresponding little tabs on this side. Go ahead and just stick that wire back down there. And you can actually see here where some of the lithium grease got. There's also some back here. If you want to go ahead and, while you're at this point already, you can go ahead and just pop this out. Just take a second. Go ahead and clean under here if you want to do that while you're in here. Shouldn't be anything to it, but of course this is causing a little bit of trouble with getting hooked on something. I believe it's getting hooked on one of the chips, but it's not too bad to take out if you want to go ahead and take the whole thing apart to go ahead and you can actually see this one's been taken apart before. That's interesting.